Obviously, last 10 possessions, how we do not need to execute at the end of the game on both ends of the floor. But that being said, I thought we were better tonight than what we were on Saturday, which is encouraging for a coach to watch a team develop, specifically our guys off the bench. I thought gave us a great boost in that first half, and the 4 minutes at the start of the game, and the 4 minutes at the end. And as I told the team, unfortunately it's 40 minutes, not 32. So we've got to find a way to continue to be a more complete team at the start and at the end, and it's both ends of the floor. So we'll use this and work on some things and continue to get better. But in terms of, like I said, I'm encouraged by what I've seen from some guys that are getting better, that aren't maybe in the main rotation, that are working their ways, and it's going to help us as time goes on. Questions?
Jeff?
Greg, you give Chucky a lot of leeway and he makes a lot of good decisions for you. You guys were down 2 when he put up that 3 from the right wing. Was that just his call on that when he said he was looking for a quick shot?
Yeah, I was trying to call a timeout at the time too when it went in the air.
You want something different there, obviously?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jim in the back.
I'm guessing you would subbed in Connor too at that point. Were you going to make a offense or defense change?
Mm-hmm.
On the stage, please.
Gard, I have 2 for you. First one, do you have a timeline for how long Tyler Wall might be out?
No.
And then second one, this is your 9th game that's been decided by 5 or less points. Typically, those go in your favor. Why didn't it tonight?
Didn't execute at the last 10 possessions of the game on both ends of the floor like we have in the past.
Jim?
I have 2 for you as well. If that Tyler wasn't in a boot, should we look at that as an encouraging development at all?
Yeah, there's progress. He's getting better. But I mean, it's every day I check in with him and check in with our medical people and see where he's at. And he's doing more and more every day. But in terms of will he be available Saturday, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we're 4 days away from that. A lot has changed in the last 4 days, and for the better. And I think hopefully more changes for the better. But I don't think that's the reason. We had a chance to have success here against a very good team, a team that, as they're getting healthy, you see what they've done, and that's what I've thought, that watching them, that specifically getting Akins and Hall back, it's made them more complete. And while they were out, they had guys that developed and got kind of thrown into the fire, and we're going through that right now. Some guys that maybe aren't quite ready. They're having to learn and adjust and grow really fast. Maybe a little uncomfortably fast, but they're doing it. That's the exciting part about this group with those younger guys. I see them getting better every day, and tonight I saw it when the lights were on too.
Jim, my second one, you've mentioned a couple times execution down the stretch. Defensively, I guess I'd like to focus on. What did you like on that end?
Well, we let Hall have the ball in the post. There 2 or 3 times. Obviously, we got lost. I have to look at the tape and see what happened on Hauser coming off a screen. I know when I looked up, Gilmore was further behind than he had been all night. So I don't know what happened on the other side of the floor to cause that separation. And then we didn't, Hoggard and Akins got to the rim on us. Akins throughout earlier in the second half, but Hoggard made plays, and that's what good experienced players do. We're able to guard them for most of the clock, and really guarded a lot of their stuff pretty well. And but then, like I said, they went to Hall down the stretch, and he was able to deliver, and we did a good enough job of keeping the ball out of his hands. And then when we forced him a little further out, we fouled too much, to give him that many free throws. And he's a really good free throw shooter.
Todd in the back.
Greg, you touched on this a little bit, but you got a lot of contributions in the first half off your bench, and obviously in the second half that shut down a little bit. And obviously timing goes into that. But with Connor specifically, was there something that you saw maybe he didn't adjust to the way he was being guarded in the second half?
Connor?
Yes.
Well, I mean, they put their best defender on him. I mean, and he wasn't giving him any daylight. So we tried to loosen him up on some few things, and he wasn't. Walker did a good job on him. But, you know, Connor's a freshman, so there's going to be things specifically on the defensive end that stand out at times, and that's why I went a little offense-defense there down the stretch, trying to have him for our offensive possessions, but trying to go with more experienced guys defensively.